What is all this stuff? What is all this stuff?
Hi guys, Emily here with Orchard Creek Homestead, and I'm also here with Caleb and Rainey. So we just got back a few minutes ago from picking up our Azure standard order, so I just kind of wanted to show you everything that we got.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to start by showing you the frozen items, so that way I can go ahead and take those downstairs and put them in our freezer. So we order from Azure about every other month, and this one I think is the biggest order that I've made to date. All of this was about $370 total or something. I expect we will reduce our food costs dramatically again once we get our homestead up and running. When we were living at our micro homestead, we produce, I'd say, at least 50 to 60% of our own food ourselves. And here at this place, since we have more land, more opportunities to kind of do more livestock and a bigger garden and an orchard, we hope to produce at least 80-85% of our food. And so I'll do another video kind of explaining that a little bit, but I wanted to show you again what we get from Azure this time. So this is enough to probably last us until, this is January, so probably our next order will be in March, and we don't go to like Food Line or anything in between. All of our groceries are either things we produce ourselves, or for dairy, for instance, I have a friend that I get raw milk from that I use for making cheese, kefir, stuff like that. We also do purchase some stuff from the farmers market throughout the year, just because I want to support local businesses. And also there's some things like honey that we don't have the opportunity yet to have on our homestead. So we're gonna start with the frozen stuff. So I have a 5-pound bag of frozen broccoli. A 5-pound bag of frozen green beans. And then I also got another 5-pound box of frozen banana slices. These are just really easy and convenient to have on hand for smoothies. And since we were running low, I got another 5-pound box of frozen blueberries. So I'll be right back, and I'm gonna go stick this stuff in the freezer downstairs. All right, so the frozen items are put away. So now I'm gonna get started showing you the rest of everything. So there are some pros and cons to ordering with Azure Standard. As I definitely saw from this one, I am missing, well, some of my stuff was unable to be ordered. There were some large jars that were out of stock, celery, carrots, and I believe there was something else that was out of stock, which is to be expected. And our truck had some mechanical issues, so it was about a day and a half late. So that caused a little bit of logistical issues. But overall, the majority of the experience we've had with Azure Standard has been positive. If you want to see a video where I compare kind of the pros and cons in a deeper level, just comment below and say yes. So I'm gonna start with this flat. This is a flat of 16 cans of green chilies. So I bought this to be able to make our own green enchilada sauce. That is my favorite enchilada sauce to have, and I thought these would just go a long way. So the recipe that I have uses 4 of these small cans. So I think I might just make up a big batch and can them, so that way I have the sauce already on hand. Also went on and got a flat of garbanzo beans or chickpeas, and that's for making hummus. So one of the things that I want to do this year is the majority of the stuff that we consume, I want to get away from having processed stuff on any level and really break it down and make most of the stuff from scratch. So having things like garbanzo beans for making hummus from scratch, the green chilies for our own enchilada sauce from scratch, that'll go a long way. So a lot of this stuff is helping to stock our pantry, so I can prepare some of those foods from scratch. Going along with that, one thing I got that was processed is these large ridge mac. It's pasta. It's a 4.5-pound bag of pasta. And we love our mac and cheese, and I've been making it with, you know, spaghetti noodles and stuff like that. Pasta is something that I want to master this year. Just being able to make like our own spaghetti noodles, lasagna sheets, stuff like that. But for now, I got this big bag of macaroni just so that we could have it on hand. I got a 5-pound bag of oat bran, 2-pound bag of raw peanuts. These are Spanish peanuts. We have gotten these before and really enjoyed them, roasted and then turned into peanut butter. I have a 1-pound bag of coconut cream powder. I can't remember why I got this. I know there was a reason why I said I needed coconut cream powder, and hopefully it'll come to me, but I got this. So going along with that, I got a 5-pound bag of white Basmati rice for curries, stir fries, just anywhere you want to use rice. A 1-pound bag of white sesame seeds, 16 ounces of dark wheat bran. I got a 5-pound bag of light red kidney beans. So this big bag, and it's definitely a lot more than I expected it to be, is 5 pounds of buttermilk powder. So buttermilk, it seems to be never one of those things that we have on hand regularly. So I got the powder for doing things like biscuits. I got it for actually making our own ranch dressing. So I'm gonna go ahead and make up some powdered ranch mix to keep on hand in the pantry when we're doing like Mississippi pot roast and things like that. And then this is probably one of those processed items that I'll never be able to give up, is chocolate chips. So this is a 5-pound bag of semi-sweet mini chocolate chips. I got the 1-pound bag a few months ago and it lasted us about a month. So I went ahead and got the 5-pound bag just so we could go ahead and have it on hand. So you've probably been wondering what's in this big white bag. It's actually a 10-pound bag of yellow onions. So yellow onions in general, is something that we never really have on hand. So again, remember how I said earlier that one of the things they left out, or that was sold out by the time I got my order, was those big, large 1-gallon jars? Well, I got the lids. So I have lids for jars and don't have the jars yet, but hopefully in a future order, I'll be able to get the jars to go with these lids. So there's 4 of these, the other 2 are kind of floating around here. So I got 1 pound of garlic, an 8-ounce bag of dried wild mixed mushrooms. We've been eating a lot more mushrooms, so this is something that I kind of wanted to add to our diet even more. So this has porcini, shiitake, golden oyster, and some other mushrooms in it. Just a nice little mix for like stir fries and soups. So I decided to start making my own kefir. So I have kefir starter. Going along with that, I got some more cheesecloth, and this is something that always comes in handy, at least in our household, but it's 100% organic, unbleached cotton cheesecloth. So we have 3 boxes of vegetable broth. That's just good to have on hand for anything. We want to start making and canning our own vegetable broth and our own chicken broth, but that'll be a goal probably next month or the month after. So I'm gonna start saving like the ends of carrots, celery, celeriac, the onions and stuff like that, to be able to make our own vegetable broth and can it to have on hand for future use. I have a 5-pound bag of just regular russet potatoes, a 5-pound bag of red beets. We love eating beets, especially roasted. Now this is something that I haven't cooked with before, but I'm really excited. It's actually celeriac. So we have 3 pounds of celeriac. So that'll be fun to kind of experiment with and figure out if that's something that we want to potentially grow here this upcoming year or not. I also got 5 pounds of rutabagas. So floating around is oranges. So I got these oranges, which are humongous. And one thing I did notice, and I don't know which one it is, but one of them is kind of mushy and moldy. So we'll be contacting Azure about that. So I have 3 of these 7-ounce jars of tomato paste. I got this jar of sun-dried tomatoes. We have a hard time keeping lemons on hand here. So I went on and got this big old jar. It's 32 ounces of organic lemon juice. So thanks to our cinnamon ornament video, we were out of cinnamon. So I reordered some cinnamon. I also ordered some cumin seed powder. And then dill weed and chives. And the dill weed and chives are both going into our dry ranch seasoning mix. All right, so that's everything that we got. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we got on this one. And like I said before, if you want to see kind of a
pro and con video about the benefits to ordering from Azure, just leave a comment below. Alright guys, don't forget to hit subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.